Study Smart. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to yet another episode of CCT Unfiltered. Today's episode is called Top of the Class, and we are joined again with one of the top achievers at CCT who wrote her exams, and not only did she pass, but she excelled so wonderfully. So she's going to introduce herself and she's going to tell us how her journey was, what were some of the challenges that she faced, what were some of the methods, the secrets that she actually used. So let's get started. Can you please introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Stacy Kuseri. I am 17 years of age and I'm currently doing my A-level here at CCT.
Welcome, Stacy. So he is going to be my ice-breaking person. What were the subjects that you did, and what exam session did you write in?
I wrote my exams in 2024 October, November. I wrote maths, English, accounting, business studies, and geography.
Oh wow, that's amazing. So how many of those subjects did you pass?
I passed all of them.
Okay. That's actually amazing. And how did you feel when you saw the results?
Yeah, I was overwhelmed. I was overwhelmed with so many emotions. When I was handed the results slip, I didn't even check the results. I was just like, let me see how many subjects I got. The sooner I saw those subjects, tears just poured down. I couldn't even say anything. I would really just cry. I'm so overwhelmed with emotions.
Oh, wow. And I'm sure anyone in that position would be very emotional. So, who was the first person that you told, when you first saw the results?
I told my mom. After I calmed myself down, and I called my mom, and I was like, Mom, I passed my subjects, I passed all my subjects. And my mom was so proud, she was so happy. Like, she worked hard to get the money for me to register. And hearing that your child has passed, she has excelled, yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah. And I'm sure any parent in that situation, she would be excited and proud that a child has made it. So what do you think made the biggest difference in your success, DC? Would you say it was support, it was discipline? What do you say?
Yeah, I would say support and discipline. If you are supported, right, it's easier to be disciplined so that you know that, okay, I'm being supported by my parents right now. I don't want to disappoint my parents, so that's when discipline comes in. For me, my mom was my biggest support.
Okay.
Yeah, my mom is always supporting me, like in everything that I do. If I can just tell her right now, Mom, I want to go to university in America, in Dubai, she's not even gonna say I don't have money. She's gonna be like, okay, you'll go. I don't know where she's gonna get the money, but she always supports me. And yeah. And discipline. I was, when I was writing, I was like, my mom paid a lot of money. There is no way that I'm gonna fail. And once she has paid a lot of money, so I pulled out my socks and started studying hard.
Okay, interesting. So, what would you say were some of the challenges that you faced during your exam season? When you were about to write or when you were writing, what were some of the biggest challenges that you faced?
The biggest challenge that I faced was that I was supposed to register for mathematics core, right?
Okay.
Which is like the lightest. I think it's the lightest version or the lighter version of maths, right?
Yeah.
And then my teachers registered for me. A much harder version. Like,
Really?
woo! It was so hard, and I had only, I think, 2 months or 1 month for me to study that paper. And I would say, I knew nothing in that paper. I knew nothing. That was the biggest challenge. I had to see before every single day before I go to sleep. I make sure I study. I make sure I did a topic in maths so that the next day I know something when we do a lesson and stuff.
Yeah, but you ended up passing it.
Yes, I ended up
Wow.
passing maths.
That's actually amazing. That's amazing. So you mentioned that you make sure you would study, probably study a topic or something like that, right? So can you please explain to us what were some of your, study methods each day? What was your daily routine of studying? How would you study?
My daily routine of studying, I'd be like, I would start studying like once everyone goes to sleep.
Okay.
Like when it's quiet, studying in an environment that is noisy, you don't get it.
Yeah.
So around 12, 1 day, midnight, that's when I'll start studying. I wouldn't study for like 4 hours. I would study like say 1 hour and make sure what I've studied, I've understood it. If I didn't understand the topic, I was not going to go to sleep without understanding it. I would sleep when I understood that topic.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay, that's actually amazing. See, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm saying, she studied smart, not study hard. So my next question is, how did you deal with the stress, the burnout, during the exam season? One thing about exams, they can be draining, they can make you so tired, and you mentioned that you would study when everyone else is sleeping, and you have to wake up again and go to school. So how did you deal with that kind of stress, that kind of burnout? Yeah.
I'm one person who is so emotional.
Okay.
Like when things get overwhelming, I cry. I cry. Like I feel like I have a lot of tears. I don't think everyone has a lot of tears.
Yeah.
I cry. I remember this time when I was studying. I could not understand the topic. I just sat there and started crying. After that, I cried there were tears. I was like, girl, if you don't study, no one's gonna study for you.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I lost a lot of weight during my exams. A lot of weight. I know I'm skinny, but yeah, I lost a lot of weight. So one thing that kept me going, was the fact that if I gave up, what was I gonna do? Because apart from anything else, I don't have a talent. Education is my only hope. I cannot even say I'm talented to say, okay, I'll be a musician if school doesn't work out. So school was the only way, for me to be successful. So
Okay. So basically, it's saying order. So what's that one word that you just used to describe your exam experience?
that one word, terrifying. Exams are so terrifying, especially for me. I don't know, terrifying. I was so afraid of maths and geography. Those subjects. Whew. But funny thing is that I'm doing maths right now. I had that stuff.
Okay.
Yes.
Actually means that you're able to handle the kind of pressure, the kind of difficulty that comes with all that. Let me just say in short, you're a problem solver, which is a good thing. Okay. So Stacy, I'm sure there is someone that is currently watching this interview. They feel demotivated. They feel like they just want to give up and all that. And sometimes people, they will tell you study hard, but you get to a point where you're actually trying to study, but you do not have that kind of motivation. You do want to study hard, but you do not have that kind of motivation. What would you say to that person right now?
Number one, I would say don't push yourself too hard. People be like, study hard. Studying is very hard. It is very hard on its own. So I wouldn't say you should be going on TikTok and say how to study, because people use their own methods that work for them. Some people can go up to 10 hours studying. I can only study for 30 minutes to an hour. So I would say it doesn't matter how much time you study, but then make sure once you study that what you study you understand it. And don't give up. There's nothing that is impossible. Everything is possible. Just be patient and don't be too hard on yourself. And if you feel like crying, cry, because we're together. I also cry.
Yeah, true. That's definitely true, and I'm sure someone is going to be inspired by this. Yeah. So, Stacy, in your introduction, you mentioned that you are currently doing A-level. What are some of the subjects that you're doing right now?
I'm doing maths, accounting, and business studies.
And how has it been so far ever since you started?
Woo! I'm not gonna lie, it's hard, but hey, I have to push through. As I said, I don't have any talent except school, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Girls gonna keep pushing.
Yes, clock it.
Yeah. So, what are your final words? What are your final words to anyone out there? Let it be an adult, let it be a young person that is just watching this interview. What are your last words to them?
I would say it's not too late to study.